The depth of impact. Well, now this is a really interesting book because it delves into areas that I'm not that competent at, but brings competency from another place into that. So the areas that I'm not competent at is what they call M&E for NBOs, and a measure and evaluation. Now there's specialists out there, and with all due respect to those specialists, I think it's an amazing thing. But there's also, for every specialist and well-known person in M&E, there's got to be many others who just fake it and try use fancy graphs and colors to literally, make a mockery of the science. And it is a true science and a speciality that non-profits and the like to use or need to use. But what I did is I've kind of looked at this, and we played around with M&E and looked at stuff, helped compile reports and looked at metrics of various stuff over the years. But I thought there's got to be something else. There's got to be a way that we can make this look better. And how do we do this? So again, back to the drawing board, back to maths, and we looked at a few sort of concepts. Firstly, we drew a matrix, and we've looked at two areas. And I don't want to scare you too much here, but I've tried to simplify the complex maths behind it by simplifying it into 4 different quadrants. Each quadrant has got an area with wide and narrow, deep and shallow, and it becomes really simple. And what you end up having is a weighted table of metrics that is represented graphically in such an easy way that managers at all levels of experience are able to understand and take managerial decisions on based on that information, instead of a 100-page report. It's a simple graph that depicts very, very simply and very easily, and you can manage it this year, last year, this quarter, last year, this quarter, this year, and you can manage them over growth, but you can also have a snapshot of where your project or your business or your team is in such a good way that's factual, and it's weighted in the correct way that it's going to give you the real information that as a manager you need. No doubt one of the nicest tools that I've ever worked on and created and just put it into a book and compiled it. Again, it's a handbook, it's a reference book that you will keep with you and refer to, and at the back you just scan the QR code and it downloads the Excel table with all the tools and the maths involved in there. So you can be a complete maths fool and it'll still work for you. Really good, helping you just take your M&E to that next level. So whether you're working at a non-profit organization or a funding project or a CSI, sort of whatever you're involved in, and you need some form of metrics for a social stuff with intangible stuff, this is the tool for you.